Let's freaking go! We say hi to so many wonderful people on a glorious day, just like Katie Joe says right here. 2025 National Championship. Katie, are we really going to have to wait that long? That long? With the way we're recruiting, we are ready to do it next year, baby. Let's go, Katie. Let's go. We say hi to Katie. We say hi to Dwayne. This is going to be one of our more brief live streams. Obviously, I am currently on vacation, but of course, there was a big breaking news story with KYLIN Jackson committing to LSU. Obviously, there was a late push right there by Texas A&M. There was a lot of us sweating Texas A&M, but the truth here is LSU was still able to get the job done, and you give Brian Kelly a lot of credit. Also, you see in the title of this video right here, we are launching Power Hour SEC tomorrow night. I am ready to launch this thing. I've been putting it on for so long, so I'm going to need you guys tomorrow because it's going to be a great channel. So be on the lookout for that. Power Hour SEC. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I don't know. I'll post a link in the Discord and just be on the lookout. Just Google Power Hour SEC. I'm going to drop my first video probably tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. So pretty excited about that. It's going to be a little bit more of a general SEC channel. And I'm just ready to get it going, right? I've been trying to make every video like just absolutely positively perfect. But obviously, you can't do that in this world. You can't just keep second guessing yourself. So obviously, I'm really excited about that. And obviously, we're going to talk about Myles Brennan and Jayden Daniels. So if you are a super diehard LSU football fan, on Patreon right now, patreon.com/LSU football, you can see our 25-minute Myles Brennan film study from the practice reps. And I've had a lot of people tell me that Myles Brennan is struggling a lot in practice, and he is clearly behind Garrett Nussmeier and Jayden Daniels. But the facts for me was Myles Brennan actually played pretty well in the scrimmage. Really, really well, actually. But I just still don't think he is practically going to be the guy. I don't know exactly why my gut, for so long with my mind, I'm thinking Jayden Daniels is actually going to be the starter, but my gut just keeps telling me that Myles Brennan is going to be the first one that trots out there versus Florida State. I know it doesn't look like that with the practice reps with Garrett Nussmeier, but it does seem to be very, very, very interesting. Power Hour SEC, yes, that's going to launch tomorrow. I'm really excited about that. So, yeah, should be a lot of fun. Let's see here. We say hi to Jared. Jared, thank you so much for your super chat and your friendship. I hate that I'm in your city and we can't actually say hi to each other. But that is, where we are. You're working and, it's hard to make these things happen. But I will get to see you at the Power Hour LSU pregame show from Stumpy's in New Orleans on September 4th. Really excited about that, right? The next Jacoby Stevens in back to the next Jacoby Stevens. What are you doing? I saying hi to your bubs. What's up, Tony? Good to see you. Let's put a poll question up.
I'm watching Z-Baby go nuts. Stop, Zay. She's just whining and going crazy.
Who will play when the lights come on? Which quarterback is the gamer? That's a hard thing about it, John Sibley, and you know this, and you've made this comment before. It's a lot different when you get hit in the mouth, right? This game changes so much. So that's the bottom line right there. Let's go to Pegasus here. Hey, Carter, I liked your Ricky Collins Or it reminds me of Jameis coming out. Not the greatest mechanics, but he's a leader, and you can tell the team loves and follows him. Yeah, and I think the more important thing, Peg, is this. It's hard to predict these quarterback things, but you saw what happened today, right? With KYLIN Jackson committing, you saw who was there. Shelton Sampson and Ricky Collins. It means a lot to these young men. Ben Carter, I've been lurking and watching all vids. It's just a New Yorker. It's hard to keep it family friendly in here at all times. Max, you're a busy man. You are a man of many talents, and you are worried about your Miami Dolphins going into next year. So I understand you're a really busy person. But yeah, Max, email me anytime. Catch me up on your life. Shoot me an email right now. Catch me up on everything. And you get to pick the next topic. Let me know. Let me know what you want to talk about. Okay. I do want to shout out John Sibley Butler. He has really, really, really been supportive of me lately, and he is one of our sharpest viewers. And yeah, big say so. The vacation has been great. Thanks for asking. That makes me feel wonderful. I'm glad you care. Some people don't care about me personally. They just, want to hear me talk about LSU football. But I would say probably 90% of you ask you about ask you about vacation. When my running coach passed away earlier this year, you guys asked me about that. And, it means a lot that you guys ask me those kinds of questions. And as many of you know, I don't talk a whole lot. I mean, I share personal stuff all the time on here, but I do keep it LSU football 24/7, 365 on here. So I really appreciate that. And thank you for letting me be a part of your evening, big say so. And yeah. I'll put this right here. Tony, I don't think you've missed the live stream. You might have missed like one or two recently. And that's perfectly fine, right? But yeah, vacation's great. I did go out on a boat today. We rented this huge boat, and it poured. And it is not fun being on the boat when it's pouring, but it was a lot of fun. I had these things for the first time called bushwhackers, and I went to the legendary Floribama place. I hadn't been there in forever, and it was actually pretty cool. Like I had a mahi sandwich. It was kind of good. It was kind of good. But yeah, you guys, you will not believe what they just Haley's family. They're so cool. You won't believe what they ordered me for dinner. You won't believe it. Like you won't believe what they ordered me for dinner. It's crazy. I'll reveal it in just a second. I 100% expect LSU to win versus Florida State. Do you think simply because Brian Kelly left Notre Dame to come down to the dirty South, the media is just hating? It's interesting you mentioned Brian Kelly here in the Florida State question, Max. Obviously, you look at Brian Kelly's history, and he brought this up in media day, that he knows Florida State pretty well, right? And this is one of the rare examples where a head coach goes to a new job in a new conference and knows way more about the team that they are playing than the team he went to, right? Because normally if you go to a new job and a new conference, you're not familiar with those teams, right? Because you don't play them every year. But Florida State is a team that has played LSU a lot, right? Or it's played Notre Dame a lot in recent years. And obviously they were victorious last year. And the funny thing about it was Jordan Travis did not play well last year. And Jordan Travis is going to be the quarterback. And I keep going back to this, Max. Brian Kelly has played a lot of great quarterbacks at Notre Dame. And sometimes he's done really well against them, Sam Darnold being one of them. And Sam Darnold obviously isn't that good, but he was good in college. And sometimes, he gets lit up. But everybody got lit up by Mac Jones and Trevor Lawrence, obviously, except us in 2019. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So, bushwhacker ain't a fruity drink. It's not. Huh? Maybe that's why I didn't like it. Petties, good to see you. So yeah, I'm also not, obviously with vacation, I didn't know what time we were going to get back, so I had to schedule this live stream. We ended up doing it about the same time. But I am privy to the fact that we are competing against a pretty big thing that's happening on television tonight. And I know some of you have the Saints preseason game on in the background. And I'm actually a big fan of the Saints as well. I just can't watch preseason. I just can't. Like, you want to know why I can't watch preseason football? It's because Jordan Travis is not very good. They didn't have a 275-yard plus passing game last year. I agree. I do think this could be LSU's worst quarterback that they face this year, right? So obviously Bryce is better, KJ's better, Anthony Richardson's probably better. Still kind of interested to see how he looks versus Utah week 1. I guess Travis is better than Calzada. I'll give Florida State that. I don't understand why, like, some people kind of sort of like Auburn this year. I saw Josh Pate, say this, that he actually likes Auburn over 6 wins. And they do have one of the most fascinating schedules you'll ever see. But I think Jordan Travis is better than what Auburn has at quarterback. I'll still take Texas A&M's quarterback room over Florida State. But that's it. So what I think's actually going to happen, Max, is I think this game is going to be very ugly. I think this is going to be a hideous game. It just kind of sets up that way. It's a primetime game. It's a Sunday night game. All of America is going to be watching this Sunday night game because it is fascinating. Florida State's got a lot of storylines around it. LSU obviously has a ton of storylines around it. It's in a pristine, awesome venue that people like to watch games. A lot of people have great moments at the Dome. Some of them aren't football. Some of them is Jordan in the early 80s with North Carolina. But I think this game is going to be an ugly game. I really do. And it's going to be a grind them out, slog them out kind of game. And right now, Max, I do have LSU still winning it, but I do think it's going to be, and Danny brought this up, recently. I think it's going to be like a 24-17 kind of game, right? It's going to be clunky. There will probably be a big special teams play or a pick six or something like that. And look, Florida State's got a week 0 game to tune up. So there are going to be some moments of adversity for LSU in this game, more than likely. Obviously, games are predictable. LSU could just come out and blow them out. But right now, I don't think they're at that spot where they can just go and just blow the brakes off of somebody. It's really hard to do that. The other team needs, in order to really blow teams out, your team either has to be really, really good, or the other team has to not necessarily be bad, but they have to be turnover prone, mistake prone. So yeah. Joe Tessitore. So it's funny, Big Say. So I've met Joe and I've emailed with him before, I believe. And he and I had a conversation, and I think you guys would find this pretty interesting. So Joe Tessitore is a really good play-by-play guy. Didn't work with the NFL. I think that had more to do with Jason Witten and Booger. I like Booger. That's not his best role. Booger is a great studio analyst. But I love Tess, and he actually gave me some good tips. What's very interesting about Joe Tessitore is, they used to have Booger on the little sideline thing. Why didn't they just have him in the booth? I just think that screwed him up. But anyway, the truth here is Joe Tessitore had he was like a local TV guy. So what he would do is he would never on the prompter have a script. So for those that don't know, normally a television anchor has a script on the camera right there on a prompter. So you're able to look at the camera and read the script as you move along. Tess said he would never write a script for his newscast because he wanted to be able to react on the fly and work on his play-by-play skills. And if you ever watch Tess, he rarely makes a mistake because he's so used to being so sharp and witnessing things on the fly because, you know, play-by-play is easier than doing a local newscast if you don't have a script, right? And I know this is like very journalism-y, but still. Oh, that game was legendary. It really was. LSU has a terrible record against Florida State, but that was when FSU was loaded to a 9. Yeah. Yeah, Max, we still have number 7, right? And ultimately, I know so much about what we've talked about in recent weeks has been LSU quarterbacks. Obviously, you know, the truth is with LSU quarterbacks, it may not matter who's at quarterback. If you have Kayshawn on your team, and look, Kayshawn has a lot of haters out there right now. He's heard about, you know, people being mad about the transfer portal. Bubs. Bubs, please. Z baby okay? Oh God. Just great Rob Riggle. Oh, the what was it? They did like a putt-putt course.
No, she's not okay, Carter.
I think we started slow, but the second half we should be good. I like that. The Brian Kelly halftime adjustments. Hopefully that's a thing, right? Because we've done a deep dive on this. LSU third quarter. LSU in third quarters of games aren't good. They're not good at all. Yeah, Pegasus. I don't think Fox's commercials are as bad as CBS. And it's interesting now that CBS has taken over the second game on the Big Ten. And they're going to pay more for it than the actual SEC, which is crazy. Yeah, Bubs. Is it almost here?
No, they're here.
It's here?
Yeah.
It's not here yet. I know it's not here.
I heard Lindsay and Daddy come in.
Stumpies. This is where we're meeting up. Stumpies.
You're going to Stumpy's?
What do you mean?
What's Stumpy's?
That's where we're doing the pregame show. Holy moly. George, what's good, man? It's good to see you. I want to show you this right here. Okay. So I shared this in our group chat in the Discord. Okay. So this photo right here makes me so happy. Okay. So this right here is KYLIN Jackson and his family at the announcement. I love the fact that KYLIN's mother made the shirt. And look at how well this shirt is made. I mean, it is right down the middle. Okay. And I'm happy that KYLIN ended up picking LSU. And my favorite person in this photo, obviously KYLIN, but I love the man in the background. Okay. And I've yet to confirm who the man in the background is and how he's related to KYLIN. I wasn't able to watch the live stream, but I did see this photo from Jay Dixon. This is what I love. Okay. Look at this man. Look at the vibes here. It's not zoomed in enough. He's got a toothpick and a Bluetooth earpiece in, and iced out chains. I love it. And just this whole family right here is a vibe. I love seeing Texas A&M getting their heart ripped out of his heart. His heart ripped out of his heart. I like seeing Texas A&M cry. But here we are. Yeah, Keaton, we actually released a Miles Brennan film study. Patreon.com/LSU football. And we talk about that Keyshawn throw. That was a really good throw by Miles. Really good quarterbacking. I wasn't BK because if you're going to announce on Jordy's show and all these kids that are committed to LSU show up, I felt pretty good. But last night, BK, I did start getting a ton of messages that A&M was in this. And yeah, it's just, that's part of it. It's hard. A&M's got resources, A&M's got Louisiana connections, but this is what it's all about, right? Now, would I have been pretty perturbed if KYLIN had picked Texas A&M? Not really, because obviously with personal players, I want them to go where they feel best. What I would have been perturbed by is A&M setting up shop in Louisiana and getting our best defensive backs. They got Jordan Gilbert 3 years ago, right from U-High in Baton Rouge. They get Jacoby Matthews in this last class. They got Edrin Cooper at linebacker a few years ago. And if they would have landed KYLIN, that would have been, 4 years in a row that they're getting some of our best defensive players. This was huge. This was an absolutely big day. And I know, we should focus just on KYLIN here, but this has as much to do with Texas A&M as it does anything else, right? Because, yes, KYLIN, I think, is going to be a really good player. But, A&M's losing momentum. Some of their players, I won't get into it tonight, but some of their players are floating with the idea of decommitting and taking a look at LSU. And look, we could talk about Toviano, we could talk about Rogers, we could talk about some of these other top 100 defensive backs that are from the state of Texas and so on and so on. And I'm not going to get into very detailed recruiting breakdowns. I have been able to look at their huddle tapes, and yeah, I have some opinions on those players in particular. But the truth is, A&M is not dominating this recruiting class like they did last year, obviously. And I don't know if anybody's ever going to have a non-Alabama, Georgia, or Ohio State. I don't know if anybody's going to have a recruiting class as good as Texas A&M's last year. But right now, A&M's recruiting is, in the words of Larry Thomas here, a little bit of a hot mess. Okay. Everyone welcome Bryant Minor to the channel. Okay. Obviously, love the first name here. Love the last name as well. Are you related to LSU legend Tack Minor? Also, Tack Minor, if I'm not mistaken, is very well connected to a corner we lost last year in Denver Harris, right? I don't remember specifically what his relationship was with Denver, but let me know. So yeah. All right, Turd. That's just still kind of strange. All right, Turd. I'm actually going to defend Jordy here. And I always defend fellow media members when it comes to these things. It's harder than it looks, right? This was kind of, the Jordy announcement was kind of just, KYLIN was back and forth. These environments, commitments, there's no set time, so there's no real time to really prepare. I didn't get to see the video today, so I don't know what you're referencing. And I'm always going to defend media productions unless it's just awful. The truth is, this stuff is really hard to do well, right? This isn't some major production that they had plenty of time to prepare for. It's hard to get audio right, sound right. How do you want it to do? Do you want it to be dramatic? It's a lot harder than it looks, right? And this comes from, someone that knows a little bit about like technical stuff and setting up and all that. Let me know. Let me ask you: was the video just bad? I don't know. These gyms are huge. A lot of these places have tin roofs. You don't know what the Wi-Fi is like. It's hard. It's really hard to pull off like an announcement. So yeah, no relation. Yeah, Denver stepdad. That's what I thought. I just didn't want to say it wrong. I just didn't know. I didn't remember exactly what it was. But yeah, that's why. You know, like ultimately, any kind of recruiting announcement is never going to be done smooth because a recruiting announcement, there's really no preparation for it, right? A kid just kind of decides, hey, at this date, I'm going to make this decision and this is how I want to do it. And it's just kind of, put together. So, yeah. G McGee, I do not get into the personal lives of anybody else. It's none of my business. So, yeah, let him live his life, right? Ha, 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 ha. The shirt here is immaculate, though. Okay. The only issue with this shirt is you can legit only wear it one time, right? One time, it's done. So, what does she do with this shirt? I don't know. What I would do is get KYLIN to autograph it, put it up for auction, make some money off of it. That shirt is just so great. Of course, ASAP jumps in. ASAP, I want to introduce you to Pierce. Pierce, let me know if you're still in here. Pierce is also a Zachary Bronco. I know ASAP, you're a proud Zachary Bronco as well. I don't know if you and Pierce are close in age at all. But it is interesting that both of you jump in when a Zachary Bronco commits. I see the timing. You're like, hey, Carter, I'm coming back so I can brag about my own guy here. Ha, 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 ha. Let's go. Let's go. There he is. There we go. Grant, what's good, man? You get to pick the next topic, Grant. You go right on ahead. Let's go. Grant is back. Our Landon Ibieta expert is back. Let's go. Let's go. Ah, ah, ah. All right, Danny's not in here tonight. I'm going to get on her about that. Lime beers, baby. I got to have fruit in my alcohol. G McGee. G McGee. I guess I got to come do a live show in Zachary. I have KYLIN co-hosted. Won't have Eli Holstein on, though. Can't do that. Ha, ha, ha. And Eli can do whatever he wants to do. It's a joke. But still. Look at this. Zachary High School reunion on PHL, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh. Going to summer school. Mr. Nuss Bus. Funny thing. I actually had a pretty long Josh Williams rant, not only on my show this last Tuesday. So if you watch me, you know I talk about Josh Williams. But on somebody else's show, I turned Blake Ruffino's wonderful AYS channel into a Josh Williams gospel session. Okay. Now, here's what's funny. And I know I say this, and I know I talk about this, but when this live chat ends, I'm not able to talk to any of you, right? Okay. But in our Discord, I'm still chatting with you guys. And if you join our Discord and our Patreon, you get to see what I'm about to reference about Myles Brennan's reps. Okay. You better be ready this year. Okay. You better be ready this year. Okay. I want you guys to be ready for this because I know it's going to anger you. All right. I'm telling you, the one time that this chat got really bad is when I talked about Todd Harris. Okay. A lot of you don't like it when I say things that certain players might play. And I didn't say this about Todd Harris, but I have in the past said this about players that a lot of you just don't like a lot when it comes to just raw talent. But this is just the truth. Okay. Josh Williams is going to play a lot this year. Okay. You just better be ready for it. And I know that doesn't sound great to a lot of you because we're LSU. We had Jeremy Hill. We had Leonard Fournette. We had Darius Guice. Heck, the backups to those guys were better than most of the backs at other schools, right? The backups to Darius Guice and Leonard Fournette, as many of you know, was Darrell Williams. And obviously Jeremy Hill's backup was Terrence McGee. So, there's all these great backs. And then Jeremy Hill's backup, when he passed everybody up in 2012 was Alfred Blue, Spencer Ware, two guys that played in the NFL a long time. So this is the truth, okay? Josh Williams is not the most talented back. He never will be. He is a walk-on. But as an undersized back, all Josh Williams has done is this: gain the proper weight to play in the SEC. He came in at 180. Now he's up to 208, okay? Josh Williams never gets hurt. Josh Williams runs the right play. Josh Williams pass protects. Sometimes he doesn't do it well, but the truth is he's available and he doesn't screw up mentally, right? So he is going to play a lot. Now, is that a good thing? No, it's not. It's not. Because that means the scholarship backs that you're bringing in aren't getting the job done. And I'm not going to lie right now. I wish we still had Corey Kiner. I really do. I really do. I still think Corey Kiner's best football is ahead of him. Yes, he's not a home run hitter per se. But, you would feel a lot better. But now Noah Cain and John Emery and Armani Goodwin, they're all going to have to take massive leaps or else Josh Williams is going to be the guy. Now, Noah Cain has come in and really impressed a lot of people. But this year, I'm not sure if we have a special running back, which is fine. There's not many of them. Every year, there's like 10 special running backs in college football that actually do make a difference, right? And in the SEC, Chris Rodriguez is one of those guys. I was a big Jahmyr Gibbs guy. And on my SEC channel, I'm going to share why I'm not a huge Jahmyr Gibbs guy anymore. There's a few things that concern me a little bit about him, which is actually a good thing. If he's not as good as everyone expects him to be, then that's good for LSU. But it is very interesting. It doesn't, Chance. It doesn't. And he is on scholarship right now. But I like a walk-on label, right? A walk-on label made somebody in Baton Rouge a multi-millionaire, 2 or 3 times over? Brandon Walker, walk-ons. Very cool dude. I actually ate walk-ons in Jackson 2 days ago, and it was incredible. Walk-ons has incredible food, and they're not paying me to say this. They're good. And I know that's not a popular take. I know it's popular to just trash walk-ons if you're not getting paid by them. They're good. They're really good, right? Like, it's not like, it's not Brennan's or anything like that, but it's, and I've actually never had Brennan, so I can't really say that, but it's not, Commander's Palace or, whatever big Louisiana legendary restaurant, but, a walk-on label is actually a good thing. I would wear that as a badge of honor. Do you know how many walk-ons at LSU can say that they have been a part of what? Josh Williams was a big part of the 2020 Colt Taylor shoot throw. Josh Williams was a big part of the Florida win last year. Josh Williams was a part of the game-winning drive versus Texas A&M. And that's a thing that he could say over John Emery. John Emery has never been a part. Calzone's here. John Emery has never been a part of a championship team. And, well, he has in 2019, but he's never been in on plays where the game is on the line, right? Josh Williams and Noah Cain, and especially Noah Cain. I think Noah Cain's biggest attribute could be that he has played in a lot of big moments. He has won a lot of games for Penn State in the fourth quarter on short yardage runs. Yes, they weren't incredible runs, but, you know, when the pressure's on, Noah Cain's delivered. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. So Grant has actually had Brennan's. I like it. Yeah, Turd, this is the kind of crazy thing about the situation that we are in right now, as far as, you know, install. I still think, and I think LSU really needs to look into this, the week 0 team has a huge advantage over the team that they play in week 1. And if I were LSU, I would try to get as many week 0 games scheduled as possible. Number one, it gets you an extra bye week during the actual season. The second thing is, you know, yes, Florida State is not going to have any tape to, you know, base their install on versus LSU, and LSU is going to have tape on Florida State. But the opposite can also be said as well, right? LSU probably doesn't want to do much install now until they actually see Florida State in the week 0 game. And a lot like UCLA last year, UCLA played Hawaii and blew them out. Hawaii played like trash. They were a bad football team, and UCLA just kind of won by default because UCLA was Hawaii was so bad. So that dress rehearsal was legit a middle school walkthrough. So yeah. Brian, I hope you're enjoying the chat. Brian, I'll introduce you to Skipper. Skipper's probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met. And Skipper, that was nice of you. Hopefully we are enjoying Brian's birthday. Once again, great name, man. Skipper's always just making sure everybody's feeling good. I like that. Oh, we got a Man United chat going on right here. This is coming from someone that's actually met Sir Alex Ferguson. This guy right here. We are not going to talk about Man United here. Okay. Donald, believe it or not, there is a scandal going on right now. Your avatar isn't showing, right? We need to see Donald's face. Come on, DW. You guys know with you letter avatars, I'm gonna make each and every one of you change your avatar. Okay. Look at Keaton. Keaton said, look, my avatar is gonna be me bowed up and my washboard abs and my biceps. Keaton's like, yeah, look at me. I see you, Keaton. Keaton, you wish you had one of these right here. Look at this. Look at this. Who remembers this? The John Wall. John Wall. Pressure, want to say hi?
No, she doesn't feel good.
She wants to say hi. She always. Do you want to come say hi? Okay, she don't want to come say hi.
We're tired, baby.
I'll be down there for the opener.
No, I'm just
Max, this always happens to you, Max. Your girlfriend always determines whether or not you're going to actually watch the live stream. And that is why you haven't been here, right? I have to go to my girlfriend's house. Don't want to go, but they're bad influences.
I'm going to pack my contacts up real quick, okay?
Did you eat your salad, Bubs?
I have 2 pieces of pizza.
But you didn't eat the salad?
I didn't get the salad.
I knew you wouldn't do it. I knew you wouldn't do it. Pressure, what we get to eat?
I got pizza.
Well, from where?
Where did we get it from?
Rotolo's.
We got it from Rotolo's. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right, guys. I do want to go have dinner with Haley's family. So I know we just hit 100 viewers. I know it's a little bit different because I am on vacation. Don't forget, tomorrow I am launching Power Hour SEC right here. Okay. Actually, I can kind of. No, I can't do this from
Where are
here.
my glasses at?
I wouldn't be able to do this. Dang it! I should have already. I wish I could
My
just
glasses in there?
post this.
See 'em.
So tomorrow we are launching my new
I
SEC
need
channel.
help finding my glasses. I can't find them. I can't see.
You can't see.
No, because I don't see my glasses.
All right, so I'll answer as many questions as I can in the next few minutes. If you do super chat, obviously we'll keep this thing going. But feel free to fire as many questions. I'm going to try my best to get to as many as I possibly can in the next few minutes. I want to go hang out with my Preshie right here. Emma Cat says, I don't care who's the starting quarterback. Just win. And I think everybody agrees with you there. I don't care if it's Andrew Hatch. Guess we need to get Max's girlfriend and get him to change his avatar. I've tried to get Max to change his avatar. I don't bug him too much though, because every time Max jumps in, he's dropping a super chat. Mr. Nutsbus QB1, we'll see how he does when he gets a chance to scrimmage. I don't think the ankle injury is serious. Mr. Nutsbus, I know you're new. So the truth is, I've gotten to know a few people close to Nuss, which is obviously really cool, just from some of my film studies on him. And the ankle injury is not serious. And he should be fine. And a lot of beat reporters have already said that. But I feel pretty good. And honestly, I do think Nuss would have scrimmaged if they would have let him. I do. I think he really wants to win this job right now. Of course he does. But I think he wanted to scrimmage, right? Because he knows every rep is going to really matter right now. Big Say So, I am trying not to worry about him, right? We got our quarterback. Malachi who? Malachi wishes. Malachi wishes he was Ricky Collins. Big Say So. My vacation was going great until you said, hey, did you go check Malachi Nelson's IG store? I don't know. What did it say? Did it say anything interesting? I don't know, but you might be newer. But the truth is, you should never worry about what another quarterback is going to do if you really feel that the quarterback you have is a guy, right? Because, with the quarterback, with the transfer portal, you can't worry too much about what's happening around you. And obviously, Garrett Nussmeier has 4 years to play for anyway. He's already taken a redshirt year. So I think he's going to stick it out no matter what. And once again, you're a few injuries away from actually getting this job. And I don't think Nuss is that far off from getting a chance, right? I still think LSU is trying to pick who they actually want to try out there versus Florida State. So I do think Nuss would have practiced if they would have allowed him. Okay. Now, before we get to these last couple of questions here, I do want to shout out somebody pretty special. I think you guys know who I'm talking about. Okay. Bang! Presley Collection, PresleyCollection.com. Thank you so much, Presley. And Anthony Starr Presley, when it comes to diamond rings, diamond pendants, necklaces, bling, bling, all the goodies, PresleyCollection.com is the place to go. Okay. PresleyCollection.com. Deadeye Jed. We'll see. The Lance Hurd commitment would be very interesting. But they should be top 5. Trey with the super chat. Trey said he is the long-time Nuss Bus rider. I love it. Thank you so much, Trey, for the super chat. So we'll talk about Garrett Nussmeier a little bit here at the end. Obviously, I look at Garrett Nussmeier, and, I will say this, right? And this has been a big topic of discussion in our discourse, right? It's been very intensely debated, right? How much of the Arkansas game should we take away from what Garrett Nussmeier did in that game? You want a fan turn on? I'll turn it on. I'm almost done. I'll turn it on in a second. How much of the Garrett Nussmeier Arkansas game matters, right? How much should we take away from that? Because obviously he started the game well, and he stunk the rest of the way. There's no other way to put it. Well, he didn't even start that game. right? He didn't even get a chance to be the starter any of the weeks this past year. And it's different getting the first team reps and actually being the starter and instead having to come in and save the day for Max Johnson, which is what he did. Max came out versus Arkansas and didn't play well at all. And Garrett came out there and was a spark and really started to get things going. And then he started playing bad. And the second thing is, I'm going to address two different things here. Okay. And you guys thank Trey. Yeah, I'll show some clap emojis for Trey showing some love for me with a very generous donation here. Clap emojis for Trey. Trey, I know you're super busy. Obviously, doing all the cheer competitions for the daughter here. So here is what I will say. All right. And Trey, I'm going to shoot you a DM on Twitter after this. So be on the lookout for it. I know your Twitter game could be a little shaky sometime. I'm going to shoot you a DM after this, Trey, because there is I want to share with you. So two things that I think are a little shaky, right, is criticizing Garrett Nussmeier too much for that Arkansas game because of all the reasons I just said. And this is the number one comment that I have gotten. Hey, what's up, Annie? Good to see you. Look, I like Myles Brennan a lot, but can we please stop with this comment? Myles Brennan was on pace to break Joe Burrow's records. Stop it. You are falling victim to small sample size. Yes, he was lighting it up with big numbers, but it wasn't really all that efficient, right? Obviously, the Missouri game, we were 0 for 10 on third down. A lot of that wasn't him, but he was phenomenal in the Missouri game. Vanderbilt is arguably the worst SEC team of all time. They went 0-10. And the Mississippi State game was a disaster. Now, a lot of it was protection. We actually talked about Myles Brennan's Mississippi State game in our Patreon film study, if you want to go check that out. And it did drop today. So, yes, the protection broke down versus Mississippi State a lot, but he missed a lot of wide open throws in that game as well, right? For me, it's a small sample. It was 3 games versus 3 really bad defenses. Mississippi State's defense was the best one, and his QBR in that game was 44, which is horrible. He was very erratic, and then the next 2 games were better. I give him that, and he still can play really well. But those games were from so long ago, and still the Joe Burrow comparison just doesn't make any sense. We should never compare any quarterback to Joe Burrow based on any 3-game collection of sample, right? Because that's, not fair to Joe because he did it for a full year, right? 3 games is 20% of Joe Burrow's season against way better competition, right? So, and that's fine. If you want to defend Myles in my comment section, you can say whatever you want. But that comment just doesn't it's not sound, right? It doesn't make sense. If you were to go tell that to somebody, they would probably be like, wait, why are we caring? Why are we doing that? But yeah, Skipper, after, the Myles film study, and you are a patron, so, it is better. He's playing better. I do agree with the UCLA thing. I do. UCLA's true. Auburn, true. Alabama and Arkansas, it's a little bit different because obviously, he wouldn't have had Kayshawn in either one of those games. And that's just such a big factor for a pocket quarterback. So yeah. So, and once again, that wasn't me, bashing Myles. I just keep seeing that comment, right? Did you know that Myles Brennan was on pace to break all of Joe Burrow's records? Yeah, I think Myles is probably also tired of hearing that. And he wants to start. But that one's just like, man, Well, all right, all you cool cats and kittens. Let me see if I could do this really quickly. Hey, you can come in. What is that? It's right there.
Oh, she's sitting.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. Let's see here. We're about to sign off, guys. I was going to try and get this thing in. Danny. So, Danny, you've been commenting a lot. I think you're, and Danny, I want you to feel welcome here. Danny, I think you're a Florida State fan, right? Let me know if you are. We are doing a little pregame party. I don't know if you're actually going to the game or not. And you've had some really good comment on our videos. I really appreciate you. I really do. And I like fan bases from other teams jumping in our chat, right? Now, as many of you know, we do see trolls from other fan bases. But Danny, you've been really cool, and I love this photo. Look at you, sharp at the tie, got everything going on. Good to see you. Everyone, make Danny feel welcome. I am not sure if you're a Florida State fan. I think you might be. I have to go back and look at your comments. But if you are an LSU fan, an even more warm welcome to you. So, Danny, this is Skipper. It's Rick, two of our diehard PHLers. Jared, this is ASAP. ASAP's been with me for a while. I got to meet ASAP last year. J Red. Jared's got to get up at 6 in the morning, everybody. So, Danny, let me know. I'm not signing off until I actually learn this. Pegasus, I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. Okay, you are LSU. Let's go, Danny. Now this is for real. This is for real, Danny. Let's go. Let's go. Show Danny some love in the comment section. Let's go. I'm not leaving until I get some clap emojis for Danny. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. Leonardo DiCaprio. You know what? You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not even leaving. I'm not. It's still, I always go back. I know, you know, Liam Shanahan, when he announced his comeback, he just tweeted out that clip because Liam before last year did that clip. I love it. I love it. It's good. Look, Danny got a lot of PHLers showing you some love, baby. Let's go. So yeah, I won't be able to get this Power Hour LSU thing. Actually, could I do this? Let me go here. Maybe I could. Let's see. Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't log me out. Might not even be worth it. Switch account. I think I can do it. Yeah, I could. Here we go. YouTube Studio. Let's do this. Y'all hold on just for a second. Let's schedule this for. It'll be a good time tomorrow to schedule this. I'll put at 7. I might switch up the time here. Here we go. Kind of interested. This channel legit has 0 subscribers. Okay. Who's going to be the first ever Power Hour SEC subscriber? If you click that link, I want to see who's going to be the first. Who's going to be the first? Come on in. Oh, is my food still out there? Oh, yeah. Let's go. Rotolos tonight. Who is going to be the first ever subscriber? Who's going to be it? I want to know. All right, Rick. I think Rick got it. Jared, was it Rick or Jared that got it? Let's go. We got subs. 12 subs. We got 12 subs. Hey, we got 12 subs, Heather.
12 subs.
We got 12 subs. 12 subs.
No, I'll shut up. Me and Chris are kind of slow.
12 subs. 12 subs. 12 subs. Home. Oh.
Unless you're
Oh.
getting Blizzard set up.
Home. 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 Oh. I didn't think I'd get 12 like that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Music, did you sub? $15 subs. Oh. 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 Ho. 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 Oh. Let's go. Let's go. 15 subs. Oh my goodness. We've worked so hard and so long to get 3 times 5. Vince Carter amount of subs. Patrick Mahomes amount of subs. Myles Brennan amount of subs. Brandon Taylor, his first few years, amount of subs. I don't know why I thought Brandon Taylor's old jersey number. Let's go. 15 subs. Let's go. Uh-oh, Linda subbed. Oh. 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 Tony subbed. Oh. 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 Don't fill those up. No, we're not gonna fill those up. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, yeah. Those got ruined a few years ago by a certain group of people. Subscribe, though. Oh. Oh.
Shut up.
Oh. 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 Off to a great start. All right, let's see what the numbers are right here. 16 subs. Oh. 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 16 subs. Sweet 16, baby. Sweet 16. You know who didn't sub? I think I have an idea of somebody who didn't sub to this. John Calipari. Because what would he know about a Sweet 16 recently?
Burn, you look like an idiot.
What would he know? I should start streaming on Peacock after that comment. Look, Mark Stoops sent me a Venmo earlier and said, "Hey, can you find some way to roughly put in a Coach Cal joke? If you can, guess what? I'll send you a Venmo for 5 cents." And he sent it. I got my 5-cent Venmo. Shout out to you, Mark Stoops. I'll tell you, I think Mark Stoops wants to fight Coach Calipari. I think he's tired of him. I think that feud is the best thing in sports right now. There is nowhere that says that the basketball coach and football coach should get along, right? Now, it's better probably for your athletic program that everybody does get along. But yeah, Carter from way downtown. Bang! Downtown. John Calipari needs some shooters, right? You wouldn't know anything about this reference. No Devin Booker to save him now. Anytime you get a shot in it, Coach. Look, Coach Cal's the one guy that you can make a joke about, and he would probably find that pretty funny. I think that's one thing I like about Coach Cal is that he can take a joke. Like, he's not, like, freaking out over this feud right now. Also, Coach Cal, multimillionaire. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Super good-looking dude. Hair is always perfect. He can take a joke. I think Coach Cal would like Power Hour LSU. Oh, Sherry. Sherry. I know you were watching that Saints preseason game. It's okay, Sherry. In your New Jersey. I'm looking at you, Sherry. Tell the hubby I said hello. I am not missing my Julio Jones cards at all. I'm glad he has them. I don't know, Jared. That's a good question. You know what's funny, Jared? There was a few like Kentucky basketball, like a few Kentucky football commenters that were trolling me, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, I'm so glad that we play LSU every year because we crush them," and it's the exact opposite. Like in like our last 10 games, we've won 8 of them. I think 7 or 8 of them. They beat us bad one year, and Kentucky thinks they have a football program. I don't get this Kentucky football arrogance. You're not even the biggest sport at your own school. Like, that's why Mark Stoops has little man syndrome right now. Oh, Skipper, you know I got you on a Burt Jones card. I'll send it to you this week. I was going to wait till I actually get to see you again. I'll just send it out this week. Skipper loves that Billy Cannon card. Oh, we're still at 16 subs. Look, there's 60 of y'all watching right now. I know some of you are on like the big screen TV, so you can't just like click it or whatever. That's fine. I don't know why you would want a grainy like video like this with crappy audio with a fan in the background. I know you guys are waiting for. We're actually heading back tomorrow. We're going back tomorrow, I think. I'm not leaving here until we get to 20 subs. So it's 16. I guess I just got to go because I'm getting a little hungry. Guys, thank you so much for making this live stream an unforgettable one. It was kind of fun. All right. I kind of like these, spur of the moment kind of things, even though it wasn't spur of the moment. We did it at roughly the same time we normally do it. So, channel will launch tomorrow. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, that'd be crazy. It's hard to get them to sign, though. They sign so much, and they're all superstars now. The bigger the star, the harder it is to get them to sign. Like Kayshawn's autograph prices have gone up too. It's hard. It's hard. All right, so I know a lot of you are sad that this is ending because I feel like we're just now getting our groove. But this is how this happens, okay? But here's what's really cool, okay? I got something super special for you guys, and I know, oh God, Carter's trying to get my money, which, got to pay the bills, right? But if you do join our PHL Patreon, you can see this Myles Brennan film study. The Myles Brennan touchdown throw to Brian Thomas Jr., the one you've seen 1,000 times, it should not have counted, right? And it's kind of interesting how that play unfolded. It shouldn't have counted. Miles shouldn't have got credit for it. Watch, like it shouldn't have counted at all. And no one should have gotten credit for it. Watch this video. It is well worth it. And I understand you got all these different services. You got Hulu, Netflix, all these different things. Guess what? I don't care. No, I'm kidding. Watch what you want to watch. But join our PHL Patreon. We have a lot of our patrons that watch this. But I will be chatting in there while I eat dinner with Haley's family. So check out the... Hey, welcome to the channel, Deontay. Good to see you. Deontay, I know you're a first timer, so this is the biggest no I could probably ever give any one comment. I think like this is the most resounding no that I could possibly give any comment, but I do want you to feel welcome. You know, I like out the box questions such as this one, but this is never going to happen. This is never going to happen, right? No, it's not going to happen. There's a ton of SEC schools that would make that move before LSU. Obviously, LSU is such a big brand that maybe the Big 12 says, look, maybe we need to offer a school like LSU so much money that they would come and bring all their fan bases. And look, there's a lot of LSU fans that do live in Big 12 country. Okay? But no. Johnny 5, what's good? So I will be chatting in the Discord right after this, okay? It is. Oh, yeah, quickly. I need everybody go subscribe to Power Hour SEC. First video will fire out tomorrow, and we'll see you then. It is Power Hour LSU. Boom! And tonight, ooh, chicken Florentine calzone. Let's get so. Baby, baby, baby. Baby, 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 baby.